Hey, did you get that working?
Yes. I have it on.
Woo! Were you pleased with it? Oh, we're on.
Yes, well, I am pleased with it.
I'm sitting beside it.
There you go. I put this right next to your dog now. See, like,
I know.
oh, look at that.
There's the phone.
There's the phone. It's nice and warm now.
We were looking for the phone. It was under the Wanda, which is very appropriate because look, this envelope here is addressed to Carlene White and Wanda.
Okay.
It's for you.
Somebody has been expecting this.
Yes, because they asked if we'd received it, and it only just came today.
I remember the good old days when I used to have it.
Oh, an opener. We've got one. Do you want me to go and get it, or are you nearly
No,
done?
never mind. You're too late. I think it's within reach, but
I think it's on. Is it on? Oh, maybe that one it's on. Oh, it's over in that one.
there. That's probably where it is. Okay, now this is a thing. Kiss Wanda for me.
Oh, jeez.
Mwah.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. She's like, that was disgusting.
Okay. There's something in here. I think it would be good to get, oh yes, look at that. Oh my word. My heaven, that's very nice. Thank you very much. That'll keep Wanda indoor cooking for
Ever.
forever. I'm being careful. There we go. How about that?
Thank you very
I
much.
see, and it says it's for the generator.
It's for a generator, so that's,
They've started a generator fund?
yes.
Okay.
Oh, we can't hold that up at the camera. Yes.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yes. Thank you.
You have it until now next fall when it really will be critical.
Well, I know, so we just need to keep adding.
I'm going to put some in there myself. Okay, so this is going to go back in this envelope?
Yes. And then we have to work out how to keep that separate, which we can do. We need to work out how to keep it separate for the generator fund.
You can keep it separate just by, on the deposit
Well,
slip.
then you can do that.
Yes, I don't do
Well, that's
deposits.
fine. Me neither.
They took them away from me. I don't handle the money
Right.
anymore at all.
You go lie down. I know, I do like you, but she will get really ratty.
Penny.
Go on, babes. Good girl.
Penny.
No. Oh. Oh.
Don't tell me.
No, she boogered on her. Sorry,
Wipe it on
I
the
just
other
wiped
dog.
it back on her. Right, off you go. I know, you're a nice girl. So thank you very much. That was very kind. Ow! That was me you got.
She got mad at her.
Penny got mad at her. No wonder. Penny, bed. Go lie down. No, lie down. Oh, I suppose that's some sort of down.
Hey, lie down!
Wrong down.
Down. Hey, get in bed and lie down.
Even better.
Down. Down. What part do you not on that, a good
She's
girl?
like, what, the whole body down?
Ugh.
Or just a paw?
It barely fits on the bed. Her confirmation is damn good.
Yes.
We have lucked out on that score. But I think she's agility material. So I really want to get that white thing that's over there.
Over there, back out.
If I can get her jumping one thing, I think we're off and running.
Wanda's like, yes, please, just
Yeah.
not me. Just not you. Yeah. So, Tuesday.
This was Tuesday,
This was
wasn't it?
rainy Tuesday, snowy Tuesday,
That's
sunny
true.
Tuesday, and now we've got windy Tuesday. So,
Okay.
most bizarre Tuesday going.
Got all that checked off.
Yep. So, it's,
Did you read today's Daily Doggy?
I did, I started.
Huh?
I started. It was very good.
It's a very long Daily Doggy.
But,
But it's the story of how this got going.
yeah,
It's
and it's
funny.
still going.
And the 7 girls and me driving.
Yes.
in the tiny Volkswagen Bug.
Yes.
I can remember one of them had a broken leg at one point with a cast on it.
In the car.
Oh, sure, yeah.
As long as
So
we weren't driving.
we had the cast up along the roof, you know, inside the roof. And we got there. We always got there.
And somebody, did you put up a picture of the Volkswagen?
No, I did not.
Somebody put up a picture of a Volkswagen. It was an older Bug, and it was a sort of lemony yellow, and it had the Rolls Royce
That was
nose on it.
mine.
Was
I
that?
think yeah, that was probably mine.
Yeah, there you go.
MD 128.
Herself.
Anyway.
So, and then you've had visitors today.
Who?
You've had visitors.
I did.
Yes, you
Deb
did.
was here.
Yes, and Lynn.
Lynn, yeah.
Yes, our Lynn, that is.
Yes. And we've decided, Janine and I, Janine sat down for about 5 minutes, would you believe
Oh. What, did you staple
Anyway.
gun her to the seat?
it? Right. This guy that she has, the intern,
Yes.
we're going to let him start with Arthur and get
Yes.
Arthur broke to drive.
Yes.
So the harness is in that white building,
The G tent.
the G10. And it is on what I made out to be a wooden horse with a
Right.
neck and the whole deal.
Yeah.
And we could get out and drag that out and set that here in the
Is
yard.
it in the right order in which it goes on?
Well, I can make
You
that.
can manage
I
that.
can manage that.
Is that the biothane one?
Oh,
The biothane one.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's
Murphy's.
yeah.
God bless Murphy's. Yes. The one thing you have to make sure of with this, the cart that she wants to use, it's two wheels. If you lean back in that cart,
It'll go like that way.
she has so they always have a cart strap that goes under the belly of the horse, which prevents that from happening. That's the one strap. It's such a nice, you know, it's a little tiny. You wouldn't think it's critical,
But it is.
but it's critical. It's like the blinders, you know. I said,
Yeah.
I don't think you need blinders with a donkey. I'm not going to take
Did
a
you
chance.
drive yours without blinders?
Yes.
You did.
Yes, they all had to see where they were going.
Yeah.
I started with blinders, and I decided that this is a group project here,
Yeah.
and they only ran away once, all 8 of them, and that was in the Topfield Fair Parade. They ran about 20 feet, and then they said, "Wait a minute, guys, this is not working out right." And
No.
they all
This is a bit much like effort. Well, that would be a really nice thing because it'd be super to get him going. Really super. And he's
I'm sure
such a nice boy.
Yeah, we may not go far, but we'll stand around and harness.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that I've always, in some parades, I've done this with Mary, is you put on her back a pole that sticks out, you hang a carrot off that. So when she walks along, the carrot goes. There's so many things we used to do in parades. I was just talking to Janine. You know, she has thrown away all my equipment for making up these crazy things for parades.
So what are you going to drive him in then?
I don't know.
Is it the meadow thing?
No, that's an official Meadowbrook.
Ah, is it that one?
Yeah, but I had a string of vehicles that would track in the path of the thing that was towing it. Both front and back wheels would turn.
Right, but it did go in a straight line.
So when you went around the corner in a parade, it didn't wipe out everybody.
I thought it was going to be that blinking bicycle you've got. You know, the one that goes boom.
Oh, we'll see that. See, that's another one of my vehicles. So a lot of my toys have gone.
Right.
So to try and do it straight is, I hope it's going to be exciting enough.
Oh, he's lovely, so I think it will be exciting. And did you see the video of Pockets, who came second in the Tombstone race in Arizona?
No.
No, I'll have to. I'll see if I can send it on to
That's a
you.
nice donkey.
Really nice donkey. But oh my goodness, she's running so beautifully. Just boom, 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 boom.
What a good time.
Yeah, really good.
The donkeys are intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps a little too intelligent.
Yeah.
You know, couple that with the fact they don't like to move if they're scared, and people just misinterpret donkeys big time, but they're nice, lovely animals.
Yes, they are, very much so. I'm very enamoured with donkeys.
I don't know what's going on in the arena with these donkeys, though. Somebody is in heat. And we don't have any real
We
boys.
don't have a female donkey.
Yeah. I don't know. It's been very active.
Yeah. I don't know
Shakespeare had a lot to say about male donkeys.
what... Oh, did he?
They were the best endowed male animal.
That could very much be the truth.
It's a fifth leg.
Yes. Yes.
Have I told you my Tom Bergeron story?
No.
You know Tom Bergeron?
No.
Maybe not. He's a pretty well-known TV guy, host. He was at Channel 4 here in Boston once, and they had this woman coming in who could read the minds of animals.
Well, heaven
And
help
they
her.
wanted something different for her to read. So they wanted my donkey, my stud donkey. And he was fine, take him in, step over all the cables, and he was fine. So I'm sitting there with Tom Bergeron, and I'm holding the donkey's head, and she's over here, and she's going on about how this donkey is thinking about a cart that he had to pull, and it was green, and it was in a green meadow, and That's not what he was thinking about. And the whole audience, all up this way, is hysterical. She couldn't see what was going on. From the rear end, she couldn't see anything, but you certainly could from the sideways view. And Tom and I were splitting up, and I'm trying to make it go away, but I bet to this day, if you said to Tom Bergeron, "How do you like donkey?" I bet he remembers that.
That donkey.
That was just...
Was that your lead donkey?
Yes.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yes, it's very unusual that stud donkey would be the most reliable, but he was.
Yeah.
And the kindest.
Yes.
Yeah, he was fine.
But you did have a nasty stud donkey, didn't you?
I've had nasty stud donkeys.
Yeah.
One bit me in the rib cage and pushed me back into the manure pile. And it was muddy, and I was literally about to drown in this stuff. I was screaming. This was, the kids were, Janine was probably maybe 8, 10 years old. They were in the barn doing barn work, and my husband was in there with them, and I was screaming, help, help, help. And Tom was right there. He thought it was normal. He didn't do a damn thing. Finally, Janine said, she's in trouble.
She doesn't normally swim in the manure.
Tom just thought I was yelling just on general principle. Oh, my word. That hurt.
I
It was my rib cage he got. And he didn't let go. I mean, they don't let go. That's the problem with them.
No, exactly.
And you can see that when they're playing in the arena.
Yeah.
One will get a hold of the elevator, just hang on.
And then they go round in circles.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something else, donkeys.
Now, while we're on the topic of the arena, I have talked to Janine at great length about the hay.
Yes.
Raking up all that hay all the time. She has never seen a horse slip in it. You were worried about them slipping. My approach to that is, if they're going to slip in that hay, I don't want to ride them. So let's leave it there and get these damn animals to pick it up. That's perfectly good hay.
And it's a waste of money.
Huh?
And it's a waste of money.
It certainly is, and it's ruining the manure pile.
It is indeed.
It is, because it's the garden people don't want it.
No, and that takes forever to compost.
Yes, I know. So let's upgrade it. And I saw Wallace rake it up one day, and I didn't know why he did it.
We shall ask him.
I'll have to ask him, because we may have to have a discussion on why you need to rake up hays.
We shall do that. I think he's coming to train tonight,
Yes, I think he is. I think it was sent to.
which will be really nice.
I got a lot of stories today.
Did you?
When Janine began to outgrow her pony, Tinker, I was very concerned that we'd give it to somebody with a kid that would, etc. So I gave it to this kid in Boxford, and they'd had it about a month maybe, and I went over to see how she was doing, and she was in a pasture without a single leaf or twig or anything in the pasture.
Ooh.
And so I commented to the people that, just nothing in the, and they, it's funny, she'll eat twigs, everything. I said, well, where's your hay? So I didn't have any hay. She'd gone a month with no hay. Whew, poor bugger. I took her away.
Oh.
She had eaten everything.
Cleared it.
Every twig, anything vegetable at all.
Oh my gosh.
She was half Arabian. Her father was an Arab and her mother was a Welsh Corgi. That's not true, that's a dog.
Welsh Section A.
Welsh pony.
And was she white?
She was, yes, she eventually was white. She was grey to start with.
Great start. Yeah.
Why am I going up?
But don't Welsh ponies have Arabian in them as well? Isn't that part of their
I don't know. I don't see it.
Yeah, because you see a lot of them with the dish face. Maybe they're all crossed with Arabians.
They're gonna have more than that. They're stocky. Arabs aren't tremendously stocky. They're super trail horses.
Yeah, and endurance horses apparently.
What?
Endurance.
Yes.
They use Arabs in endurance riding.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
Because there used to be a guy in Rockport, right near where we go now, that was the killer dealer for the area. And I used to, when I was delivering magazines, I'd stop in and see what
he's got.
See what he had. And he had an Arab stud in an underground, I swear, underground stall way in the back, and it had pneumonia, and it was just sick looking mess, but it was an Arab stud. And I told the kid's friend about it, the parents about it, and they went and bought it, and they had it at my place while we healed it. And that damn thing went on to win the 50-mile ride up to Vermont, I don't know how many times. Kid riding it, 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
90 miles an hour.
There you go.
Probably
fathered all the other endurance horses up there as well.
No, well, no, they neutered it. But, that was one of the 6 that I used to carry in my 6-horse trailer. That I learned how to drive one very awkward moment. When I turned the corner and realized that the trailer was it was behaving a lot differently than my tag-along trailer.
And was it a gooseneck as well?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It's hard to find a 6-horse that's not a gooseneck.
Yeah. Well, you see, they call them floats in the UK because it's got the engine, the lorry part or the truck part is attached to it. So they drive it, it's like a big bus but for horses.
You mean there's no joint in there?
Nope.
It's just a flat trailer, a flat.
So it's like a gooseneck, but you don't put it into a flatbed because the front of the truck is actually part of the trailer.
I think we call those box trailers over
You call them box trailers. Yeah, they're very common.
Well, they're very common here too.
No. As in, that's what people would have.
Yeah.
Which I suppose isn't a very good idea because it can't really be your daily runaround, can it?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And one of the ones that it's a Ford Transit van.
Don't know that.
And they're very often side entry, so you can have horses to that side and to that side and a centre aisle.
Yes, that's the way the Budweisers are carried.
Is that right?
Yes, and I had this long discussion one day with one of them, and I said, I always carry my expensive horses with their rear end to the front. So if you hit anything, it's a bang.
It's the
you're gonna
butt
hit
that
their
gets
rear
it.
end.
And not their pretty faces. Yeah. That's a good idea. So do they travel 4 at a time, the Budweiser horses?
At least 4. There may be 6. The hitch is 8, right? Yes.
I don't actually know, but I think it might be 8.
Yes, it is 8.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's an interesting bunch of horses. I know of 3 videos out of accidents that they've had.
Oh.
And those horses are well trained. Because the last one I saw was they got doing a figure 8 or something and they turned too far. And so they got into a spiral and knocked over a couple horses. And those horses just lay there. They never moved. And the guys working around trying to undo the harness to get them out, that could have been the worst.
Oh,
I mean, all they start thrashing.
Yeah.
You know, but they didn't. They said, whoa, and they all just whoaed.
Yeah.
Those horses know what whoa means.
Yeah. They're nice big things, aren't they?
They are. But those white legs, it's a bad choice to begin with. White feet are bad.
You're here! Did you forget the dog?
What dog?
Carl.
No, I did not.
Have you not gone home yet?
No, I have not.
I thought you'd gone home.
No, I've been working this whole time. Oh, I can go right now. Yeah, I cleaned
What's she saying?
the tap room
Oh, you cleaned the tap room for
Oh,
Wallace.
for Wallace. I cleaned the tap room and I finished all the painting, even though people said I should stop painting and pay more attention to my mother.
Was that your mother said that?
Yeah. And then also people said that I should be more respectful for the lovely goats.
Did you kiss it? Just watch the tripping. Watch the tripping.
So I wanted, hey Penny, I wanted to talk about
Oh!
Wanda!
Oh!
There we go.
There you are.
Wanda, lie down.
Okay. All right. Yes, things have calmed down around here completely. So I moved the cows into the back. I had to move everybody out of the tanner barn because it seems the horses have done some damage to the tanner barn. We have very nervous horses. Can you guys hear me okay? We have very nervous horses that are in training. That one-on-one, they're doing really well with training with Wallace. When they're in a pack, they're actually kind of dangerous. And when you take one out of the stall and you leave another one in, they have a complete anxiety attack, which includes throwing themselves against the walls and kicking the walls and spinning around in circles, which the tanner barn, no, Penny, no, this is a bad trait for service dogs. Feet or sitting on people, bad. Not that she's going to be a service dog, but she cannot put feet on
Or backsides,
See,
you mean?
that's not good either. That's not good either. She can't sit on people. No, you just be a normal dog. Yeah, no. So anyways, we are...
Says Wanda.
Yeah, Wanda can do that, but Penny can't. And Penny does it all the time, so we're working on her.
Penny!
No, she's
Come
good.
on,
she's
settle
good.
down.
She's good. She's just very excited. She's very excited. So now she's going to try to sit on me and invite Larky over. It's hard to get anything done around here. So I moved. My brilliant plan was to move the horses so that they're all together in the donkey stall. I know it's not going to be. Hey, Penny, go lie down. Enough. Go lie down. Go lie down. I mean it. Go lie down. Down, down, down.
There we go.
Sorry.
Oh.
She's really cute till she's not. And she needs to learn to go lie down,
Yeah. Ow!
be polite. Wanda's untrainable, so
Well,
nothing.
that was their toenail. It wasn't her fault.
Somebody should trim her toenails, by the way. No, yeah,
Is this the dog you keep saying when you trim her toenails she has an absolute fit?
she does, yeah. So I don't do
Excellent.
it very often, as you can tell. So anyways, I moved them into the donkey stall. I know that's unpopular because people like to see donkeys in there and the cows. But that means that Wallace, who's coming tonight
This evening,
through
yeah.
Saturday, give or take a day here and there, if he takes one of them out and the others go wild, that part of the barn can handle their anxiety.
Yeah.
If they kick the walls, if they smash up against them, they're not going to...
They probably will stand up.
They probably will stand up. But this, like if you go in the Tanner barn, it was made for donkeys.
It was never meant to have a pole in the middle.
Yeah,
Only 4 stalls.
Yeah. And there's 3 stalls there. They're great for donkeys. You could put a horse in there, but if they're going to be kicking the walls, what's happened is the walls, the boards are screwed to 2 posts holding the divider, and they've been kicking the boards. So the boards, the integrity of the boards are all loose. So a couple more kicks, they're going to kick it off.
Yeah.
The rails are going to come down, and then they're going to fall and be sticking with nails up. And then the horses are going to step on the nails, and that's going to be a problem. So rather than have them completely destroy the barn, we have to work. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Okay.
Is that a tissue?
I knew it hurt.
There you go. Have a tissue.
Oh!
So
That's the
anyway,
level. That's the
So much
level
for
of
the sympathy on
That's
that
the
one.
level of care you're going to get.
Yeah.
I'm on blood thinner, you know.
Okay, so you know
Spit
what?
the tissue. Clean
I'm
it.
going to say what you've always said to me. The time that I broke my arm, and I went the entire weekend with a broken arm.
Leave it.
Quiet, dog. And you said, it's a long way from your heart. Get back to work. I was 12 years old. I fell off the chicken coop. No, you didn't say get back to it. You said it's your own damn fault. That's right. Because I fell off the chicken coop roof. And I broke my arm.
Oh,
and
that's- oh.
I came in and I showed my mother and father, and they were like, it's fine. It's
That's
a long
what
way from your
happens
heart.
when you're in a medical
sympathy.
family.
Yeah, yeah. So it was broken, and then my neighbors finally brought me to the emergency room. I got a cast, and I came home with a cast, and I'm like, I was like 12, I don't know, whatever. So it's probably an unpopular decision to have those horses in the donkey stall. First of all, because they're going to move the camera, I'm sure, knocking the walls around. But they're only there for until the 15th, and then we can start placing them. They are completely wild and unruly when they're in a pack. But one-on-one, they're actually
Quite nice.
horses, and Wallace has done a really good job. But they, when I put them in there originally, I had this makeshift little gate set up for the cows that was holding them. They broke through that. When I realized they broke through that, I ran around to shut the gate because I was moving manure around and the gate was open. And the 3 of them came galloping at me like the horses coming out of the starting gate.
Yeah.
And then they got loose today, which was another joy.
It's like group angst.
It's group eggs. They
They all
feed
go,
off each other.
No, they're stupid.
Well, they are too.
I've always
They're not
said
donkeys.
Thoroughbreds are stupid.
Yeah, yeah, they're race horses. I think what happens with horses that go on the racetrack is they just, you know, they're bred to be fast and have
And
anxiety
amped up,
and
aren't they?
amped up and run, and that's what they're
Yeah.
really good at. So
Yeah.
it's really hard to repurpose them into nice, quiet horses. These guys, one-on-one, when they find their person that's going to work with them every day, they'll be good. Like this morning, I went and I took the
Humility.
craziest, Humility, who has knocked me down several times, knocked you down, knocked Wallace down. He and I have been working on, he has anxiety, so when you open the stall door, it's a claustrophobic, he runs you down. And so I've worked with him
As he's starting his race.
as he's starting his race. And the funny thing is Michelle recognized it. So she went and looked up his racing history, and out of all, he had like 10 starts, and every single one of them had trouble in the starting gate. Didn't finish because of trouble in the starting gate. And obviously he has anxiety of going in small spaces. So I worked with him every day, and we're to the point where I can walk in, I can put a halter on him, and I can say step, step, and we can walk out slowly and calmly. And I turn around and I go back and forth, and I do that like 20 times every morning. So, but now he's fighting with the other guy over the fence. So that's why everybody's moved around. And in addition, the most unpopular is I was worried last night about Elsa or Gemini, whatever we're calling her. What were you calling her?
The baby cow.
The baby cow. I'm worried about the baby cow, so I put her in the Tanner barn.
No.
Where
No.
the stalls are
No.
the stalls are perfect for. There's no chance that the stalls would hurt
The baby cow?
The baby cow or Elvis are in the back with, they're in one stall, and then on the other side is Delight and Wilbur.
Oh, that'll be nice.
So it's a nice quiet group back there. Don't let her put his feet, what, Penny?
Enough.
No, we're being adult girl. We're adults.
And Wanda's like, watch this.
So those are all the random, and then I spent the rest of the day cleaning out the tack room. Wallace's
enormous saddles.
Wallace's dad is here putting up the shelving in the, because I did the feed room, I should clarify, the feed room. And he's putting up the shelves in the tack room. So that's progress.
So we can get all of Wallace's
The feed room is where the sink is.
Yes, the sink where the water's not working. That's
And we don't have any saddles in there.
Well, they were in a big pile.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he's putting up the saddle racks tonight.
Oh, that's really good.
And so we're almost operational. Almost operational.
Yeah.
We are getting there.
Yeah, it's nice to have 2 days off. I haven't gotten a call to cancel
Tomorrow, yeah.
so I guess we're on for tomorrow.
And that's, is it Aspen Hill tomorrow?
Aspen Hill, yeah.
Yes.
What?
We're bringing bunnies tomorrow.
Oh, bunnies.
Where are you going tomorrow?
Aspen Hill.
Yeah,
Where's that?
that's in Haverhill. There's two Aspen Hills in Haverhill. We did the last one
last week.
Yeah.
Now we're doing the other side tomorrow with bunnies. And I'm taking, Luke is going to go on his, Jake is going to go on his.
So I'm not going to go.
No, probably not. It's bunnies. It's bunnies. But you do have, so somebody called, I don't like to do weekend jobs. Mm-hmm. Somebody texted me, or through Facebook, asked if we would do the Topsfield Agricultural Expo, and these kids are going to be there, and they want farm animals, and usually the Service Dog Project goes with Great Danes, and she called and asked, she said that she hadn't heard back from them, so she asked if we could bring the dogs, and I was like,
No, but I'll give you my mother and her dogs.
Right, that's what I said. And wouldn't you know, what a sweet-talking little old lady. She convinced me. I said, all right, well, I can drop off Carlene. If you can't find anybody else to show up with a bunch of Great Danes, I'll drop off Carlene and her dogs. And somehow, this sweet-talking, now we're bringing Elvis, a goat, and she went back to like, oh, I used to have dinner with your dad and Carlene at Sapino's, and what a wonderful woman, and she's so great to start that nonprofit, and I follow what you do, and I would really love to meet it. And so we have a job on the 19th.
Wouldn't it be the 19th?
You told me the 18th yesterday. Is it the 19th?
I think it's the 19th.
Is that a Saturday?
It's a Saturday.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I can drop her off. I can bring Elvis, and she said she would bring people to to lead around the goat.
Elvis loves a tour, as we know.
Yeah, so I'm bringing Elvis.
This is going to be in that big arena?
No. This is an expo. So she offered us the Service Dog Project's booth because they never called her back. And I said, no, we don't want that booth. We don't want a booth. So I said, I don't really want to go. I'm going to drop my
You're
mother
a traveling band.
I said, I don't even want to go. I'm dropping my mother off with 2 Great Danes. And if you can babysit her, call me and I'll come pick her up. And then she convinced me to bring Elvis and walk around with Elvis. And she said, well, can you bring Pringle, the goat?
Yeah.
She really likes, and I'll lead him around. So she's going to take Pringle.
He's got a really nice leather halter.
Yeah. So I will walk around with Elvis, and then I'll leave you there because I guess you're supposed to stay there all day. I don't know what people just want to see.
This is good. It's in the arena.
No, it's not in that big arena though. That's a different one. That's the ECTA, and we don't do that one. This is the agricultural. It's in one of those. It's one of those buildings.
So what they used to do.
Tile.
Remember, we used to go to the Strawberry Festival. So
Yeah.
they didn't do the Strawberry Festival last summer because they were reverting to do the Agricultural Expo. So they said to us, no Strawberry Festival, but would you come and do the Expo? So
That's not the way that they positioned this to me. They maybe I was just because when she originally reached me out, I was like, I'm really sorry. We are so exhausted from doing 5 days a row and during the week we just don't have the staff.
Okay, but it is going to be.
And then she called me and talked to me.
It is going to be a point where we better have flyers ready. Stuff
For
to
Goldie's
hand out.
Farm, yeah, because we're not. Yes, we're Goldie's Farm, and we are not stepping on toes for the Service Dog Project because they usually go. It's usually their thing, but they're not going. So And I don't really even want to go. But the only reason that you would want to go and sit there all day and talk about dogs,
Yeah,
I would not.
I can do that.
It gives you something else to do.
Yeah.
Keeps you out of Costco.
She actually sold it to me on the fact that she would take you for the day, babysit you.
Okay.
So I thought that would be good. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Right. I am going to have a looky-see at these questions.
How's my phone doing? Is it still attached to that
What's
cord?
this?
Where's my phone? Is it still attached to the cord over there?
No, it's not because she put her cord on it.
My cord was plugged in.
No, I didn't do anything.
It's on the
I'm
counter.
cordless. Hey,
Yeah.
so this was a question that came up today is, did you register, Carlene, the name Service Dog Project?
Yes, I did.
You did.
Why is my phone it's not turning on? This is not a good sign.
Is it all plugged in together down there on the floor?
I don't know what's going on with my phone.
Right.
It ran out of batteries right in the middle of a dateline today while I was painting.
Oh.
I did register it a long time ago.
Yes, we did. And we did all of that paperwork because I helped her do all that paperwork.
So then why doesn't the name stay with you?
Because when we incorporated it as an organization, and organizations for nonprofits are managed by a board of directors, and we
Right.
don't own it. If she was doing business as Service Dog Project, she wouldn't have been a nonprofit.
That's what people were asking.
Yeah, so
There.
we had, in order to become a nonprofit, you have to incorporate and become an organization that's managed by a board of directors. And at that point, you can be ousted as the president and the founder at any time
And leave the name behind.
and leave the name. Then they take the name. They take everything that's associated.
When
When you become a new president, everything that is associated with the Service Dog Project is now your problem. I shouldn't say your problem. It's now yours to manage.
Right. So that's why the name's away.
Yes.
That's fine.
I could see. Have you heard from Judy? Yes, I got to call her again. I texted her yesterday. Her brother's, managing, and I said I would call her today. The day's not over, but I'd
No,
like
it's
to
not.
check in with her at least once a day, because it's really a tough time for
What?
Judy.
Really hasn't time for?
It's a tough time for her out there in Minnesota. But I think her sister's coming out, so because she's been there for 3 weeks now. It's a lot for her to go from this to that. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So
What, from mildly bad weather to very bad weather?
pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't, it wasn't. That little cut, that was actually her going for Penny, you're right. Okay guys, start sending donations for generators. That's a check in there from
we
Roger
don't-
Reed.
Okay. We don't need the generator till it gets cold next year.
Right, but it's
So she's
expensive.
starting
and
early.
Let's start collecting the pennies now.
What about the fence project?
Fence project in there.
Yeah, I'd like to get the goats someplace.
Goats are permanent.
Yeah. But okay, so if whatever people want to do, we're grateful for everything. But I'll tell you, we need the fence project done by the time we have an opening, and we also need a generator by the time it gets to winter.
Well, that's next fall. We got
Yeah,
wait
we got
to
some
go.
time, and we can save up for generators too.
Oh, Charlie Lane was the dealer.
Yep.
Yes.
And this is Joanne. My neighbour farm is still working with his grandson.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
And I'll tell you who used to work there as stable guy was Brian.
Yep.
Brian Parrott.
Yeah.
Isn't that-
Yeah.
Are the donkeys and horses that were at STP now at Goldy's? Well,
Okay,
Goldy's.
so here's the deal with the Service Dog Project and the donkeys. I started the donkey rescue in 2011, and I did the 501c3 and everything. This whole barn in like 2012, when you got the cameras, Service Dog Project grew so much that my mother kicked me out of the barn and converted 3/4 of the barn into kennels, and I was allowed to keep 1/4 of the barn for my rescue, which I would just keep donkeys here. But over the next 4 or 5 years, people complained every single time. I had a herd of donkeys here, every single time a donkey left, people would be outraged because they fell in love with the donkey and they didn't want the donkeys to come or go. So finally, there was like, I don't know, 6 donkeys here, and they put the donkey camera in, of course, in 2012 or 14 or whatever. And so my mother I made her purchase every single one of the donkeys, including Mo, Pockets, and blah, 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 and do an adoption contract. So they officially became her donkeys. They were not owned by Service Dog Project, and they were not owned by ERN. And I can show you all of the pages and pages of canceled checks where my mother bought the hay and the feed for the donkeys that were on the donkey camera. And on top of it, the donkey camera was like the number 4 camera on Explorer at one point. So there's the entire history on all that.
And Ziti's doing well.
Wallace is coming tonight.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So it's actually I think what the lady was saying is, I think she was getting a bit, she hasn't been here for a while, and it's still the same farm. So what we're showing you on the camera is still the same farm.
Yes, it's the same farm. Yeah.
So
the donkey camera is, well, it's actually a new camera, but the donkey camera is still on that part of the farm has not changed. Really, like, the only thing that we've done is, I have to say, nothing's really changed. We've just cleaned up and repaired.
yeah.
So we haven't done anything
Let's
new.
throw away all my good things, all my valuables.
Oh, you're just lucky that you're not easily moved then as well. I'd be careful.
Yep.
Did we vote to change the cow's name?
People can vote. I like Elsa better, but it's up to everybody on the camera.
Elsa, that's out of my childhood. There is an Elsa that was used in a milk production or milk.
Elsa was also on, like, Frozen, maybe?
It was
Yes.
condensed milk can, or I'm talking about
Are you
80
still
years
bleeding?
ago.
Do you need a Band-Aid?
No, she's dried up.
Do we have a Band-Aid? Where's there a Band-Aid?
It's not running, so
She's not
I'm
dying
Would
yet.
you like a Band-Aid? Because people are saying I should put a Band-Aid. They think I'm not a good...
You know, you can reach one right there, right forward now.
Yeah. I don't think I
That's
should get
it.
up. Okay.
That's it.
What colour are you painting the White House?
What?
It is going to be slate,
Slate.
eventually.
You have to slide outside. There you go. I thought you were going to put the Band-Aid on my hand because it was not hurting.
Yep. So Hilda, the name was registered, but it became part of the organisation, so it goes with the organisation. So that's why they're able to continue using it.
Yeah, it belongs to the organization.
Yeah.
Just like Equine Rescue Network is I don't own that, but it's a actual organization founded in the United States. I mean, not in Massachusetts, happened to be by me, but it's an organization, just like Microsoft is an organization, and they could kick out Bill Gates and
Keep the name.
Keep the name. Yeah, that's the way that works when you're an organization, especially a nonprofit, because essentially the way I look at a nonprofit and the way anybody that's running a nonprofit should be, it's really, as I just said, it's really owned by the people that support it, which is all of the Goldie's Warriors. So if you guys want that the cow to be Jemmy, then I'm overruled, and I don't mind. Did you need anything? Do I have to put ointment or anything on?
No, that's what I would put. Let's just keep things from falling in it. Thank you very much. Now, one other thing before we go any further, we are nearly desperate for used queen-size sheets.
Sheets, not any other size other than queen size.
It has to be queen-size.
Because if you can see behind me,
And
Carl.
Certainly don't buy new ones.
yeah, they don't want to be new ones.
No.
Because
Never.
they just tear through them.
Elsie was the cow on the milk.
Elsie?
Elsie. Does that sound familiar? I have no idea.
No, well, that other name sounded better.
Okay.
Elsa.
I don't know.
No. Okay, well that's Tuesday over and done with, if it is Tuesday indeed, which it
Tomorrow
is.
morning, first thing, I've gone to the dump 2 days in a row and
Yeah.
been turned away because they already are full. Today I went at 9:30 and they're full. So I'm gonna get up.
9:30 is too late. I mean,
Yeah, I gotta get up and go. So, and Elizabeth has kindly agreed to take in the goats, didn't she?
Taken.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
I like the goats.
Yes.
The goats.
Where are
Not
you-
into my house, no.
So I just have to, everybody's been fed, I just have to sweep the floor and I'm done.
Where are you taking them?
To their bed.
To the barbecue.
To the barbecue.
Well, Jake brought them up today. So
Yes.
he's learning very quickly to stay away from. And it was funny because Jake walked ahead with the bucket, and I watched. I wanted to go just to make sure that the goat didn't break his leg. And she stayed with me and tried to break my leg.
That's
I
because
think
she
it's
likes breaking your leg.
Yeah, yeah. So
We have to have something on top of the Pippy Hill that you can see with the camera where the goats can get up on something very high.
oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Like the roof.
We may have started it with the stairs that are over here, but we need
Oh
to
yeah,
get
we could
higher.
get those stairs up to the top of the roof. That would be fun. Up the top of the hill.
Yeah,
That would be good. So that they
a
could.
lookout, a
Yeah,
goat lookout.
A goat lookout. Yeah, that's a great idea because
Heaven help us.
goats like to climb on stuff. So I'm seeing people are saying Jimmy. Jimmy?
See, is it jammy? Gammy? I just don't know.
That's why Elsa's easier.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to vote for Elsa. Yay.
Elsa.
Okay, so you guys put your
I will
Jammy
say, I
or-
find jam easier than jammy.
Okay, so put your votes in your comments, and then tomorrow we'll count. I'll go through the comments and we'll count how many for each.
Yes, but what they need to remember is that neither you nor I can spit out jammy when it's needed. It just doesn't, it's just not
Yeah.
there, is it?
I patted her tonight. She was really good.
She's very
getting better. Donkey.
Oh.
All right.
We've got some lovely donkeys. Night night.
Good night, everyone.
Night, everybody.